Replacement of the front shock absorbers on Renault Megane. Apply the handbrake and loosen of half-turn the wheel bolts. Jack up the front and remove the wheel bolts. Remove the wheel. Remove the hose retaining bracket. Remove the shock absorber lower mounting bolts. Support the hub carrier. Be careful not to damage the drift shaft gaiter. Open the hood. Memorize the position of the shock absorber upper mounting bolts. Remove the first mounting bolt. Loosen the second screw. Remove the second screw while you support the shock absorber. Remove the shock absorber. Check that the new shock absorber is the same as that removed. Use a spring compressor of this type to compress the shock absorber coil spring. Lubricate the threaded rods of the spring compressor. Position the spring compressor in the axis of the shock absorber. The guides of the spring compressor must be fully engaged on the coil spring. Compress the coil spring slightly. Position the second spring compressor opposite the first. Warning, Badly positioned spring compressors could cause personal injury if the spring releases. Compress until you feel the tension is relieved from the upper cup. You can unscrew the cup nut when the coil spring starts to detach from the upper cup. If not, the coil spring would project the cup and wound you. Remove the cap. Hold the shock absorber rod with a Torx socket and unscrew the upper cup nut with a ring spanner. Remove the cup. Remove the shock absorber. Remove the gator. Remove the ball bearing. Remove the nut of the new shock absorber. Refit the ball bearing and the gator on the new shock absorber. Position the coil spring in the neck of the two cups. Refit the new shock absorber in the coil spring. Refit the new shock absorber rod nut. Refit the cap. Decompress the coil spring. Remove the spring compressors. Check the correct positioning of the coil spring in the neck of the two cups. Refit the shock absorber. Refit the shock absorber upper mounting bolts while you support the shock absorber. Tighten to torque. Refit the lower mounting bolts starting with the bottom bolt. Pull the shock absorber towards you while pushing the hub down. Tighten to torque. Refit the hose retaining bracket. Refit the wheel. Shock absorbers should always be changed in pairs. Follow the same procedure to change the second shock absorber.